Our next piece of breaking news is coming in from Jammu and Kashmir as politics is speaking over centre's import duty cut on US apples. Now, PDP, we are told, is holding protest in Kashmir. In fact, Congress leader Priyanka Gandhi and other Kashmir leaders have also raised the similar question on the exemption and the cut in import duty on US apples. In fact, it is something that we are given to understand that the PDP has called it economic terrorism. Government claims that it would not impact the domestic growers. However, the PDP and other members of the opposition claim otherwise. To this, the Union Minister, Mr. Piyush Goyal, has said, and it is pretty much out there where he has made that statement, that to support the production of apples in the country, the Modi government has imposed a heavy import duty on apples that are imported. A few months back, they've also set a minimum import price for the apples, and in retaliation to the restrictions imposed by the US on India, due to which our exports were reduced, we imposed the retaliatory tariffs on apples. This was a harsh step that we had taken. Now, to this, Priyanka Gandhi has hit out at the centre. Now, she's claimed that the import duty on apples coming in from US has been reduced, but nothing has been done for the apple farmers in Himachal Pradesh who are going through such a tough time.
जो यहाँ की मेवा सनत है वो जम्मू कश्मीर के मैशत की रीढ़ की हड्डी है। ख़ासकर बिलखसूस पिछले 30-35 साल जब यहाँ के हालात ख़राब रहे तो इसी इंडस्ट्री ने जम्मू कश्मीर को ज़िंदा रखा। अब जो अभी मरकज़ी सरकार का हालिया फ़ैसला है कि जो अमेरिका का सेब होगा या उनका बादाम होगा या उनका अखरोट होगा, उस पर इम्पोर्ट ड्यूटी 35% से नीचे करके 15% लाई जाएगी। तो उससे जम्मू कश्मीर की जो फ्रूट इंडस्ट्री है, वैसे तो हिमाचल को भी बड़ा नुकसान होगा, मगर चूंकि जम्मू कश्मीर में ऐसे हालात हैं, ऐसे मामलात हैं जिसकी वजह से फ्रूट इंडस्ट्री को ज़्यादा आगे करने की ज़रूरत है, मगर इससे यहाँ की फ्रूट इंडस्ट्री, यहाँ का सेब हो, यहाँ का बादाम हो, यहाँ का अखरोट हो, उसमें बहुत नुकसान होगा।
असलियत तो ये है कि प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी की सरकार ने भारत में जो सेब उत्पादन होता है उसको समर्थन देने के लिए विदेश से जो भी सेब आता है उसके ऊपर एक बड़ी तगड़ी आयात कर इंपोर्ट ड्यूटी लगा रखी है। जब यूनाइटेड स्टेट्स ऑफ अमेरिका ने भारत के ऊपर कुछ प्रतिबंध लगाए, कुछ एक्शन लिए, जिसके कारण भारत का निर्यात यूएसए में कम हुआ, उसके रिटेलिएशन में उसके सामने अपना जवाब देने के लिए हमने कुछ अतिरिक्त ड्यूटी, जिसको रिटेलिएटरी टैरिफ बोलते हैं, रिटेलिएटरी ड्यूटी सेब पर लगाई थी। ये बड़ा एक कठोर कदम था।
समझ में नहीं आता कि अमेरिकनों को और बाकी मुल्कों के लोगों को खुश करने के लिए यहाँ के लोगों को तकलीफ में डालने का क्या मतलब। हम तो सोच रहे थे कि हमारी मरकज़ की हुकूमत पहले यहाँ के लोगों के बारे में सोचे। अच्छा, यहाँ के लोगों के बारे में नहीं सोचना है तो कम से कम उत्तराखंड और हिमाचल के लोगों के बारे में सोचो। लेकिन जम्मू कश्मीर, उत्तराखंड, हिमाचल सबों को डुबो के रखा हुआ है। हमें बाहर के सेब नहीं चाहिए, हमारे अपने सेब ठीक है। हमें बाहर के अखरोट बादाम भी नहीं चाहिए, हमारी अपनी पैदावार ही ठीक है। अब इन बाकी बाहर के मुल्कों से ताली बजवाने के लिए यहाँ के लोगों को तकलीफ़ में डालने की ज़रूरत नहीं है। हम उम्मीद करेंगे कि गवर्नमेंट इस पर दोबारा सोचे।
Let me now take this across to my colleague Pallavi Ghosh, who's joining us on the broadcast. Pallavi, at first want to understand, we just heard the Union Minister Piyush Goyal speak about how the 35% import duty earlier that was levied on US apples was a retaliatory measure by India. What has led to the reduction now to 15%?
See, this has always been a contentious issue, and we are seeing those reactions which are coming in both from Jammu and Kashmir as well as from Himachal Pradesh. And this is the apple growing season, and at this point of time, none of them would want that import duty to be slashed as far as the Washington apples, which is being mentioned about, because what they argue is that this is going to make it very difficult for the local produce to be sold because it becomes expensive. But as far as the government goes, the government stand, as you pointed out, Piyush Goyal has made it very clear, this was just a retaliatory measure. It in no way contradicts the encouragement which is being given to the local apple producers. In fact, when the Prime Minister had gone there recently, and on many platforms, the government has made it very, very clear that there is a certain amount of protectionism which we believe in, and therefore to say that this kind of a slashing of duty is going to destroy the local produce is absolutely incorrect.
And when we look at the Congress's stand, namely Priyanka Gandhi partaking, in fact supporting what the PDP protesters are also mentioning, what has been the opposition stance so far, considering PDP is going on to call it an economic terrorism?
Well, you know, Priyanka Gandhi Vadra too has protested against it. In fact, she is on a Himachal Pradesh tour, especially the flood-affected areas. We know that, for example, there has been a huge economic downturn in Himachal because of the floods. The tourism industry, the mainstay of states, like Kashmir or Union Territory Kashmir, and of course Himachal Pradesh is one, tourism, and second, of course, is the apple production, walnut, and so on and so forth. To speak specifically about Himachal Pradesh, where she's on a tour of, they've been asking for more funds from coming in from the center because these crops have been destroyed and also the tourism has been affected. So we heard what she had to say. She said that, you know, this kind of policy coming in from the central government is very anti-Himachal Pradesh, and the Prime Minister, when he was not the Prime Minister, on one of his earlier tours to Himachal Pradesh, had actually condemned this kind of a slash in import duty. So why is it that we are seeing now a double standard coming in from the central government? And certainly Priyanka Gandhi Vadra is echoing the feeling which is being said as far as Kashmir is concerned.
All right, Pallavi, thank you so much for those views. Let me also bring in Ishan Vani on the phone line, who's joining us from Jammu and Kashmir. Ishan, I'd like to understand, even as the government goes ahead and says that this is not going to be impacting the farmers, it is not going to be detrimental to the farmers. However, slashing the import duty on Washington apples from 35% to 15% is a bone of contention, and that's why the protest that Kashmir is seeing, and also as is being claimed by various members of the opposition, that this is also going to be impacting the apple growers in the state of Himachal Pradesh. What has now been the the BJP stance on these protests?
Well, we have seen that PDP today coming out, hitting streets in Srinagar and trying to march towards Lal Chowk, but police prevented that and did not allow them to move towards Lal Chowk. They have called it's an economic terrorism and claimed that the government was trying to, break the bone of Kashmir Valley by making sure that the apple, which is one of the main economic activities of Kashmir, gets the lesser price. These have been allegations that the PDP is alleging, but at the same time, we have seen that government is claiming that this wouldn't affect any farmer. The prices will be the same. Whether or not that happens on the ground, we have seen that yesterday when we talked to some farmers, they were happy with the prices. But now today, PDP claiming that the prices which were there in the market yesterday to the farmers, that have gone down because of the import duty being lessened on the apple. Main activity of these villages outside Srinagar is apple, and it contributes heavily to the overall GDP of Kashmir Valley, and that is why it's very important to understand that the farmers will be unhappy, but the government says that they are making sure that they will get the same prices and there will not be any sort of stoppage of these vehicles carrying apples from Srinagar, from Kashmir Valley to outside markets. How do these farmers respond? We have to wait and see. But the political parties are very furious, including National Conference, PDP, CPIM, every political party in the valley coming out, hitting out at the government, wherein Umar Abdullah also went on to say that, we don't want apples from America when we have a good domestic production, and that is what is important, and that is why Made in India, Make in India is important, and the farmers should get the benefit of this particular, decision.
Right, Ishan, thank you so much for that.